We are just a little over a week away from Carnival Cruise Lines resuming cruises from North American ports. There's so much going on with Carnival and Royal Caribbean and the entire cruise industry. Let's catch up on all the news and happenings right now on Island Time. Welcome back to Island Time. This is Derek and it is Friday. There's a lot going on. To all of you cruisers who are about to take off in a week, a lot of people are flying next Friday, flying into Houston and going to Galveston and flying into Miami. I hope that you're getting packed. I hope you have everything ready. We are so ready to live through you. We had several cruises planned in July, early July, with our kiddos. We did not get exemptions. We are for sure going July the 24th on the Vista. We're hoping to squeeze one in also before then, if we can find babysitters. So let's see what happens here. But all of you going next week, we are so ready to live through you. I created a video yesterday and I've posted it on YouTube. If you are cruising anytime in the next month or a little bit longer, I highly recommend you watch this video. I will put a link to it right here and you will be able to see 20 things that I always do a month out from cruising. And so you can start 30 days out. It goes all the way until 2 weeks out or a week out. But there are so many things that need to get done just for me and Amanda to leave our house to go cruise. So I try to share with you the things that we make sure we have done. I really hope it helps you and enhances your cruise preparation and experience. Also, we've got big news for tomorrow. Royal Caribbean's CEO, Michael Bailey, will be on Fox News Channel tomorrow, the 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time program. Of course, we're not exactly sure what exact time he will be on Fox News Channel in their programming, but we do know that it is the 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time programming. So I've already set my DVR to record. They're going to have an exclusive and extensive interview is what they've said. And so it will be fun to see Michael Bailey and his thoughts on, of course, the first test cruise that left Miami and came back with the CDC on board and his thoughts, and maybe he can share some insight on what the CDC has told him and his company and for what's going to happen in the weeks ahead for cruising both with vaccinated voyages and test or simulated sailings, and then of course those paying passengers who will enter those ships when the CDC deems those protocols work. And some more news from Royal Caribbean today, and really it was yesterday evening into today. We see that the media has picked up on a story, of course, like they do sometimes. It's very negatively covered, of course, and it is a negative story, but we need to see how it turns out before we just share it all over the world. 2 unvaccinated children have tested positive for the Adventure out of the Seas, leaving out of Nassau. You probably know the Adventure of the Seas as being one of the first ships to return in the Western Hemisphere. It's in its second cruise. It's due back tomorrow, but 2 children who were unvaccinated tested positive. We understand that one of them was asymptomatic. One of them had a mild case. Of course, we're thinking about those children and their families at this time. It was unexpected. It was unplanned, but we hope, of course, the children are okay. Both children are under 16. Both of them, of course, were unvaccinated. They were immediately quarantined when their test was positive. And this is one of the tests that they take so many hours or days, really within 2 or 3 days of the cruise ending and Americans having to take that test to get back into the United States. And so we understand that the members of the two families, they were all vaccinated and they were all tested, and all of their tests came back negative. So that's great. It proves again that hopefully the vaccine works like science says that it does. And the guests and their travel parties, they got off the ship yesterday, so they are no longer on board, but they did get off the ship in Freeport, Bahamas, and they're heading home to Florida now. So we hope and pray for the best for those kids and the families, and hopefully those families can have a positive cruise experience very soon as well, because this is not what they had planned. Royal Caribbean says that 92% of passengers on that cruise were vaccinated. The other 8%, of course, were children under 16 years old. And just a reminder as well that Royal Caribbean has vaccinated all of their crew members. So all of the crew members were vaccinated. Now, if you read or see the media regarding this story, you could probably imagine how it's covered. It's very negative. Here goes cruising again. It hasn't even started from the United States. There's already positive coronavirus tests. There are going to be positive COVID tests on ships. Royal Caribbean ships, Carnival ships, Norwegian when they start back up, Disney, there are going to be positive COVID tests. That's the end of it. The news and the difference in 2021 and where we said in June and March of last year was that we've learned so much, and we now have protocols in place that will help eliminate spread across multiple families and on board and dozens of people. There are protocols in place. The real story needs to be in several days that these were the only 2 children who tested positive. And if they were indeed true positives, they're the only 2 people who had COVID. That needs to be the story. We will see how the media plays it. I don't expect that to be the story, but we will, of course, see. And again, we are prayerful for those families. The ship's next cruise is supposed to depart tomorrow from Nassau, and everything that we've heard from Royal Caribbean, they plan to cruise tomorrow. The protocols were in effect. They enacted them. They've done what they're supposed to. Move on. So let's see how it goes. Carnival Cruise Line also has some positive news. They've had positive news the last several days. Of course, the Vista leaving July the 3rd, the Horizon on the 4th. People are so excited. I'm excited. We're not going to be on there, unfortunately, like we planned to be, but we're going to live vicariously through all you passengers. Please post stuff to Facebook groups and to YouTube. Share it with us, and we will share it. Of course, we'll give you credit. And then, of course, through John Hild, who is going to be cruising July the 4th on the Horizon. John Hild announced yesterday a list of activities that will continue under the new protocols, and it is almost everything that you've come to know and love from Carnival, including the shows at night, the comedy shows, Seuss at Sea, Sea Day Brunch. I mean, the whole list of things that you do when you cruise, except the biggest thing missing, I guess, the biggest event was the hairy chest contest. So I'm sorry if some of you are upset. The hairy chest contest won't take place, at least through July and August. It will return. It's always fun. You know, it's kind of one of those things that's, you're watching it saying, really, I'm watching this. But it's like you watch it. And it is fun. It's something for passengers to do, especially on those sea days. So we're excited about that. John Hild also announced some awesome news today about the EMUSTER drill. I have wondered for years why they haven't changed how they do muster drills, and some of it may have been laws or things that they had to go by, international law, but it didn't make sense to me that one of your busiest times the whole week and one of the times that you're generating the most revenue, right when people get on the first few hours, you're going to put a stop to it for usually about 30 minutes. You're going to make people go to a certain location, and all your revenue stops. And so I'm so happy for this. We don't know all the details yet, but John Hild, he made me remember back to the old days on the Conquest class ships and some of those older ships, when it was muster drill time, you had to go outside and stand by the lifeboats, which some of those ships still have to do today. But you had to go out there, and I remember it being so hot, and you would stand there shoulder to shoulder, you're sweating like crazy. That's going to be no more as far as we know. And then, of course, the new ships, you would go to a lounge or you would go to a dining room and you'd sit there. And that was a little bit more comfortable, but still took 30 minutes out of the day to do. And so this is going to be a little bit different. John Hild announced, if you don't have the Hub app downloaded, go ahead and download it. Download it today, even if you don't cruise until later this summer or this fall. Go ahead and download it, because it's going to play an intricate role in this new EMUSTER drill. So you're going to download the app, and the app is going to show you where your muster station is. You're going to be able to find it on the app. You're also going to be able to find it on your boarding pass as well. So your app and your boarding pass will immediately tell you where your muster station is at. Once you find where your muster station is at via the app or your boarding pass, you will then go to that location and check in. There will be a Carnival representative there. You will check in, tell them who you are. They may have some small details for you, but you're going to be asked to do that your first 90 minutes on board. So get on board, get your drinks, eat, explore a little bit. While you're exploring, check in, say, hello, I'm here, I checked in. They check you off the list. And then the last thing Carnival's going to ask you to do is to go to your stateroom before the ship sets sail, usually about 4 o'clock p.m. local time, and you're going to have a video to watch in your stateroom. John Hill mentioned that Shaquille O'Neal has the Chief Fund Officer, CFO, has been brought on with this video, and you're going to have to watch this video before the ship sets sail. It is a win-win for everybody. I think this will enhance our first day cruise experience because we won't have to sit there and remember, oh, the muster drill's coming. Oh, the muster drill's coming. And then it comes, it's 30 minutes out of the day. It's hard to move in elevators and stairs to get to your location, to leave your location. Everything's shut down. It's going to really, I think, enhance our first day. So if you don't have the Hub app, download the Hub app. There are certain features you can access even before you get on board. And of course, you're going to need it when you do get on board. I want to quickly remind everyone as well that we are going live this Sunday. Sunday at 7 o'clock Central Time, we will be live. We'll have a show and have fun together and interact together. We did this once earlier this week. It was awesome. We're going to do it again on Sunday. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, why not? Be an Islander, join Island Time. Please subscribe. It would mean the world to us. That tells us you like our comment. Also, give this video a thumbs up. YouTube's algorithms will make sure that other people see it. The more thumbs ups that this video gets. We're going to stay tuned for all the news that could happen this weekend. Of course, we will bring it to you as we always do. I hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend. That is it. This is Derek signing off from Island Time.